right, hello there and a very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us. Welcome to Kutv Weekend Live on this last Saturday of May 2024. Many thanks for choosing us once again tonight to bring you up to speed with the latest making headlines in the world of news. And tonight, our report will be napping about preparing and compiling top stories for you that include Azimio leaders hit out on government for the ongoing demolitions at Gikomba, terming it as a land-grabbing scheme. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua terms Ruto's US visit a success after Kenya secured several bilateral agreements with the United States. Five people dead with 8 others sustaining serious injuries after being involved in a grisly road accident along the Nakuru-Eldoret highway. And Mogoka farmers and traders hold demonstrations along the Embu-Meru highway regarding the ban of Mogoka trade in Mombasa and Kilifi counties. Alright, and remember this broadcast is also coming to you live on our social media platforms, YouTube at Kutv News Kenya, X or formerly Twitter at Kutv_Kenya. And my sign language interpreter for tonight is Mutava Mwangeli. And my name is Theo Macharia. Let's get you informed tonight with the latest. And our leaders drawn from the Azimio la Umoja coalition today visited the distraught traders of Gikomba Market, where they hit out on the ongoing demolitions being carried out by the government, saying that the operations are happening in contravention with the law and that the contraveners are exaggerating riparian land measurements to accentuate land grabbing in the market. Led by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, the leaders now want demolitions to cease immediately and the afflicted to receive just compensation. Munene Weru kicks us off tonight.
Demolitions in Nairobi's Gikomba are hitting the high gears, and now the Azimio la Umoja faction is coming to the rescue, demanding the immediate cessation to the operation. Led by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, the leaders visited the distressed traders of Gikomba, where they called out the government for unleashing terror on the innocent traders.
Kuja kuharibia maisha. Watoto watasoma kivipi? Yani ni utu ama ni unyama mtupu ambao tumeshuhudia hapa. Wakati jamaa wamepanda mandege wakaenda zao, watu wanaumia.
The government issued a directive for bringing down of all structures within 30 meters on riverbanks, a directive that Azimio says has been applied unfairly.
Na hata hivyo mto huu haupiti tu kwa maeneo ya maskini. Kuna maeneo ambayo watu wamejenga karibu na mto, sehemu kama kule Runda. Lakini kule matajiri wako hawajabomolewa.
According to Azimio, suitors who have for long salivated for the prime property are exaggerating the government directive to accentuate land grabbing.
Kwa mimi ninahisi ya kwamba hii ni land grabbing. Hii ni chamba wako na haja naye. Si ati ya kwamba watapanda miti hapa, baadaye utakuta wameichukua na wameanza kuitumia wao wenyewe.
The leaders are now calling for the government to stop the demolitions with immediate effect and reparate the losses suffered. Munene Weru, Kutv.
All right, many thanks, Munene Weru, for that comprehensive report. Let's now move on, where Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has termed President William Ruto's visit to the United States as successful following several bilateral agreements reached that will be beneficial to Kenyans. Gachagua was speaking in Eldoret earlier today during the ordination of Reverend John Kiplimo Lelei as Auxiliary Bishop of Eldoret Catholic Diocese at Mother of Apostles Seminary in Eldoret town. Gachagua also noted that Ruto's leadership has earned Kenya global respect and honor, significantly raising the country's profile. All right, and shifting gears now to some sad, tragic news. 5 people have died with 8 others sustaining serious injuries after being involved in a grisly road accident along the Nakuru-Eldoret highway. The 3 a.m. incident that occurred near Salga involved a 14-seater matatu belonging to the Eldoret Crossroads Company and a truck. While confirming the incident, police say the matatu rammed into the rear of a trailer that disappeared soon after the accident. As a result of the accident, 4 people died on the spot and another died while receiving treatment in hospital. Those injured were rushed to the Nakuru County Referral Hospital and bodies of the deceased are being preserved at the Nakuru Annex Funeral Home. The matatu was towed to Salga Police Station for inspection as the hunt for the trailer that escaped the scene goes on. NTSA statistics now reveal that more than 1,400 people have died and tens others wounded in separate accidents in the past 4 months alone. All right, and we send our condolences to those who've lost their loved ones in that tragic road accident, and let us continue being careful along the highways. Let's now proceed on now. About 4 weeks since intern junior secondary school teachers in the country downed their tools, demanding employment on permanent and pensionable terms, Kupet officials in Embu County, led by the Embu Executive Kupet Secretary Jacob Karura, have joined in the strike. The Kupet officials want DSC to withdraw show cause letters issued to the striking JSS teachers and stop using duress to force them to return to work without meeting their demands.
My name is Jacob Karura, the Executive Secretary Kupet Embu Chapter. I'm here with the junior secondary teachers to support them because they are fighting for their rights.
Kuamurisha TSC kuweze kutuajiri katika kandarasi za kudumu, ile tunaita kwa kimombo permanent and pensionable terms. Na ndio tuko hapa siku ya leo bado kusisitiza hilo jambo.
Enraged residents and leaders of Garissa and Madogo have criticized engineers and officials from the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, for causing significant transport disruptions due to what they describe as substandard work, without considering the residents' well-being. The criticism comes barely a week after KENHA assigned contractors to repair the Corner Punda section along the Garissa-Madogo road, with residents lamenting that those tasked with the reparations were not up to the task. Cynthia Ochieng produced the following report. Juma Ali Dido, the Madongo area MCA, while in the company of several residents of Madongo, Garissa County and other regional leaders, has lashed out at the Kenya National Highways Authority for what they term as shoddy work done at the Corner Punda Road during the previous repairs. The member of County Assembly says that the KENHA officials were inconsiderate while assigning the tenders to repair the said road, saying that those contracted were all incompetent. The MCA laments the road that is now still cut off has caused much suffering to residents residing in the region, including hiked prices of basic commodities.
Suluhisho hii barabara kama wangepatia nafasi viongozi Garissa wapatie nafasi au contractors, kazi ingefanyika. Mimi naamini hiyo, kwa sababu wamesema wako na mpango kuweka culvert 15 pande hii box culvert na waweke pande box culvert. Tangu Disemba mpaka leo, kama wangekuwa serious ingefanyika hiyo kazi. Lengo ni kushindana kiongozi, huyu anataka contract, huyu anataka contract. Sasa malumbano yanaendelea kwa Garissa, ndio kazi inachelewa hivi. Leo jana barabara imefungika, leo ndio hii mitani imefungika. Jana imefunguliwa, leo imefungika. Hiyo ni ushindano ya contract ya pande Garissa.
The Kenya Power and Lighting Companies has also been blamed for taking much time to restore power to the area.
Ngine ni mambo ya stima. Huwezi kana stima poles ambayo mali imekauka miti 3. Wewe ungeweka kwa siku moja, tunakaa wiki 3 bila stima. Tumejaribu kutafuta jamaa anaitwa Yakusiki Mad ambaye ni regional Garissa, hachukui simu. So kama hata wajibika, nimejaribu kutafuta regional Thika, sipata kwa simu. Kama hawatawajibika, basi sisi tukata hiyo ketrako, hata wao wapate shida mali stima, ndio waone stima iko na shida.
Tuane Mohammed, a Tana River resident, now calls on the county government to give a lasting solution to the Garissa-Madogo road menace.
Kuna mambo ambao tunaangalia kama watu wa kiroho, sheikhs na pastors, mambo ambayo inajirudia, huwa tunaona kuna aspect ya kiroho. Kwa hivyo nafanya mwito kwa viongozi wa kidini tuweze kuconnect, tuwasiliane na tukuje pamoja tuweze kuleta maombi. Hata kama kuna mapepo na mashetani, kuna kuombea jambo. Kwa sababu jambo ile inakuwa shida kwa watu, ni vizuri kuambia Mungu ili Mungu mwenyewe, Mwenyezi Mungu akaweze kutusaidia.
On his part, Reverend Joseph Mwasia is now calling on religious leaders to team up and pray to God to elevate and save his people from much suffering. Residents now want the government to work on ensuring they have access to electricity and easy transport through the Garissa-Madogo road as soon as possible. Farmers and traders at Mbere, Embu County have expressed disappointment over the ban of Mugoka trade in Mombasa and Kilifi counties, dismissing claims that the stimulant causes mental health complications. The uproar led to protests along Embu-Meru Highway today, paralyzing business activities. Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire now says that the county government will move to court challenge the decision in order to protect the livelihoods of her community. Mercy Myra followed up the happenings and produced this report.
Business activities along the busy Embu-Meru Highway came to a halt on Saturday as hundreds of Mugoka traders and farmers took to the streets to protest ban on the sale of miraa by Mombasa and Kilifi counties. The demonstrators, who decry the move as devastating on their livelihoods, blocked the highway, causing massive traffic jams and disrupting daily commerce. At Muraru Open Air Market, traders and farmers of miraa, otherwise known as Mugoka, have expressed their frustrations following Governor Abdul Somad Nasir ban on the sale and consumption of miraa in the coastal county of Mombasa.
Soko huku imeharibika, miraa inatoka bei ya chini sana na hatuwezi hadi kujimudu kimaisha.
Kuna mnunuzi wa miraa, sisi tukinunua hakuna mahali tunapeleka, juu saa hii ni 100, hata wakati mwingine unapata hakuna kununua.
Mimi sioni mbaya wa Mugoka. Mimi nimelelewa na hiyo Mugoka, nimepanda, nimesomesha na hata naikuranga. Sawa? Asijaiona mbaya.
According to the residents, the growth and trade of Mugoka has been in existence for a long period and no case of mental health complications have been attributed to the use of this stimulant.
Nataka muende musome kipengele ya 11 ya katiba yetu ya Kenya. Muone ya kwamba mumea yetu ya Mugoka is a cultural indigenous.
On the other hand, Embu leaders in the Mugoka growing areas of Mbere have condemned the move by Mombasa governor to ban Mugoka trade, terming it as a strategy for drug dealers in Mombasa to win the competitive market.
Wiki jana tulikuwa pale Mombasa. Tukapata nafasi ya kuongea na gavana na MCAs wa pale. Wakatuambia kuwa Mugoka imekuwa ikiharibu watoto wao, lakini tukawaambia sisi wenyewe tunakuza Mugoka na watoto wetu hawapati hiyo madhara ile wanasema inatokana na Mugoka.
The deputy governor Kinywa Mogo said there was no scientific evidence to prove that Mugoka is a harmful substance, adding there was no single law prohibiting its sale or consumption.
There is no law. It's wanted to note that there is no rule separating miraa from Mugoka and no single law prohibiting its sale or consumption. Mugoka is therefore not a drug. Mugoka is a popular variety of miraa across the country.
In a statement on Friday following the ban pronouncement by Mombasa and Kilifi government, Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire said she would take legal action to protect the livelihoods of our community, claiming Mogoka's value chain to be estimated to contribute approximately 22 billion Kenya shillings per year to the economy of Embu. James Baraka, KUTV News.
All right, and that story by James Baraka brings us to 15 minutes past the top of the hour, which means it's time for us to take our very short commercial break. Right here on the broadcast. See you on the other side with more top stories. Keep it KUTV. Don't go too far.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
It is just morally wrong to be able to prioritize housing to health, for example, because looking at the bigger picture, which is that is more important to the people of Kenya. So, well, the government could be saying they don't have the money, but is the government believable? No. We are the ones who donated them the powers. We are the ones who pay the taxes. We know we see how they're spending the money every other day. So it is actually them who are failing as Kenyans. Yes.
All right, many thanks for keeping the conversation and the interactions ongoing on our social media platforms, YouTube at KUTV News Kenya and on X at KUTV_Kenya. Let's continue with the broadcast. Now, parents in Kirinyaga County have been encouraged to support technical and vocational education and training for their children who are not able to secure university admission. Principal Secretary for TVET Education, through a representative, commended TVETs for producing qualified and competently skilled workers in different departments, therefore emphasizing the government's commitment to equipping all TVET institutions with the necessary resources to provide quality education. Take a look.
During the first graduation ceremony at Ngia Technical and Vocational College, calls have been made to parents to continue embracing TVET education for their children. David Nganga, who was representing Dr. Esther Moria, Principal Secretary of the TVET Ministry of Education, emphasized that the Kenya Kwanza government is committed to equipping all TVET institutions with the necessary resources to provide quality education.
Their commitment to investing in education and skills development has paved the way for a brighter future for our youth and the nation as a whole. In 2022, His Excellency the President appointed a task force to advise of the reforms needed.
Additionally, in his address, Nganga highlighted the incorporation of the Dual Trainers program, which provides trainers with a practical experience that bridges the gap between theoretical knowledge and real-world application. On his part, Area Member of Parliament George Kariuki noted that even though TVETs are seen as a waste of time, with parents preferring other learning institutions, technical schools have proven to produce quality and competently skilled workers in different departments.
Those from here who have skills gained from experiences
Hao ni vijana wale kama walikuwa Kagio, Sagana, Nataka, na wamefanya welding, wamefanya maneno ya cosmetology, hairdressing, tailoring. Mumekaribishwa hapa dia, mkuje mfanye exams, mtapatiwa certificate.
Kirinyaga West DCC John Bugo says the institution has transformed the area in terms of business and improvement of security.
Our nation. Now, if you don't have skills, there is no way you are going to participate in the building of our nation. The only way you'll be able to participate in the building of our nation is when you have skills. Now, all these graduates from today, they are going to be active participants.
Reforms recommended by the Presidential Working Party on Education will be implemented fully. Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
All right, many thanks, Yvonne Kimuma, for that comprehensive report. And now let's take a look at what's happening in the counties where residents hit by hard perennial landslides at Nyaburoba village in Kisii County are calling on the national government to relocate them to permanent pieces of land as a way of finding permanent solutions to reduce the risk of more tragedies in future. Joelyn Akware produced the following report.
Residents from Nyabuoro, Kisii County affected by landslides are now asking the government to intervene and provide them with a lasting solution to their housing crisis. The residents lament that due to the recent heavy rains, their houses have developed cracks while their farms have been massively eroded. The residents also fear for their food supply safety, saying there is a likelihood of food supply shortage once the rains subside.
Ilikuwa ina crack kidogo kitsamani, lakini saa hizi it has become too much. Haiwezekani saa hii imekuwa too much. Asuka zaidi mpaka manyumba zingine zimeanguka.
Tunasema serikali ikiwasaidia inatoa hapa kwa maana inaendelea kupasuka mpaka saa hii.
MP Japhet Nyakundi revealed that he was engaging the government to resettle the victims on alternative land.
Mimi kama mbunge wao ninaendelea kuongea na serikali kwa sababu niko katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza ili tuwatafutie shamba waweze kutoka hapa waende mahali kwingine. Na serikali imesema mahali popote unaona mporomoko wa udongo uweze kusonga ili hiyo mporomoko siweze kukuaffect.
In Tana River County, thousands of households affected by floods have been forced to move to IDP camps. Most of the households affected are in Tana Delta, according to the Red Cross. Venant Ndigila, head of operations at Kenya Red Cross, who was leading the delegation of IFRC President Kate Forbes in a tour of the Tana Delta flooded area, said they are still working on the flood operation, responding to the needs of the affected population.
There are about 70 families that you are going to assist today in terms of cash transfer, in terms of food, in terms of cutlery, in terms of mattresses and such like stuff, so that our people can get back to their normal lives.
The IFRC president hailed the Kenya Red Cross Society for the great work they are doing. The victims want the government to compensate them for the losses caused by the floods following the massive destruction of their property. A victim reported that they have been living at the camp since December and asked the government to build them new houses. Munaneweru, KU TV.
All right, many thanks, Munene Weru, for that brilliant report. Let's now shift gears to some international news, where a young agripreneur in Zimbabwe is making headlines through his business practices, which equips local communities with tools to make a profit while fighting food shortages in the Southern African nation. Voice of America now details.
Ventured into agriculture at a young age. That was early 2007 when I finished my O-level education. Then I went into farming. From that time, I went into producing bananas from 2009 until now. We walked the whole journey of production, and we could notice many challenges we were having. And the key issue was on high post-harvest losses. So we wanted to mitigate how best we can mitigate those high post-harvest losses we were incurring. So that's why we initiate Nezox Brands, a company which has to do with all the high post-harvest losses which the farmers were being incurring in the area of Honde Valley. At the end of the day, the farmer is being paid for A grade, B grade, and even the leftovers on the farm, the farmers are still going to be paid for that.
A-grade bananas are the ones that have no spots and are ready for the market. B-grade bananas are the ones that have not grown properly and are usually hard to sell in the markets. Determined to produce a product that serves its community, Bright Nezomba has found a way to make a special flour baked entirely from bananas. He starts by collecting bananas from local farms, regardless of their grade. He cleans and slices them, including the banana peels, and dries them in a solar-powered dehydrator that he built by himself. Once completely dry, the bananas are milled into a fine flour that is now ready for the markets. This eco-friendly invention has caught the attention of civic organizations who see its potential.
First of all, I have to commend him for coming up with such an innovative and inspiring way to make sure that nothing goes to waste. So this is a very good initiative because it contributes towards the circular economy.
It has benefited the community. We have went to an extent where we are working with them under the CIDIS program. We have partnered with Mesicop when we are engaging almost about 40 farmers, which we are training to be smallholder agro-processors, and they can offload their produce to Nezox Brands. These farmers, they are not having any leftovers on their farm, which means they are marketing all their bananas regardless of size, regardless of quality, regardless of, what can I say, immaturity, those bananas which are not fit for market, they are all sellable to Nezox Brands.
Mesicop's CIDIS program supports development of entrepreneurs in the informal sector through financial support. Over 1,000 women in Honde Valley are reaping the benefits of Bright's innovation as processors and suppliers of bananas.
Nezox Brands brought a unique, innovative way that ensures that even bananas that would have been rejected by people who buy in bulk from us can still be put to use, allowing us to make a profit.
Mexico decided to fund Nezox Brands because, as you all know, is into value addition of green bananas into flour. We saw opportunity for growth for this project. Nezox is already engaging with more than 1,000 women as processors of bananas. Banana flour has become a very functional ingredient that has become very popular with manufacturers of different food products and also skin products. Banana flour is organically produced, so that makes it gluten-free. A popular product that brings healthy benefits to the population that consume it, and also women, they'll be earning money through that value chain.
While most parts of Southern Africa are having to look for alternatives to fight the prevailing food crisis caused by the El Nino drought, Bright Nezomba hopes that his product, with a significant production increase of more than 5 tons of banana flour monthly, will make a substantial impact and prove to be an effective weapon in this fight. Bright is not alone in his efforts. Farmers and entrepreneurs across the region are also innovating and seeking solutions to address the food crisis, ensuring that all resources, even imperfect ones like bananas, are utilized effectively. Keith Baptist for Voice of America in Honde Valley, Macharia, Zimbabwe.
All right, time now for us to get sporty right here on KUTV Weekend Live, and let's take a look at the Kenya Hockey Union has released its calendar ahead of the new season, and according to the Union Secretary General, the 2024-2025 season will start on June 15, and all clubs are required to settle their dues and register with the Registrar of Sports latest on June 14. The Kenya Hockey Union matches will be hosted at Impala Grounds, JK Yuat, Dashmish Stadium, Kenyatta University, Parklands Sports Club, and the University of Nairobi, as City Park remains closed for renovations. KHU will release the final list of approved transfers and the fixtures in due course to ensure that teams are well prepared ahead of the new season. And now on to matters Olympics. Athletics Kenya will hold its trials for the Paris Olympics Games this weekend at the Pafontaine Classic at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon in the United States of America. Kenya will be looking to field a strong team in 10,000 meters for both men and women categories, as seasoned athletes take it to the field to hunt the ticket to represent Kenya in the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympic Games. In other race lineups for this weekend, Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, will battle it out with American sprinter Kenny Bednarek and 3-time world champion Christine Coleman. Take a look. All right, many thanks. Now, I understand it's quite a brilliant and a happy weekend for Manchester United fans after squashing Man City 2-1. Well, many thanks for making this broadcast a success. We couldn't have done this alone without you, our dear viewer. And on the last Saturday of May 2024, I'm hoping to see you next Saturday. And to the men and women who made this broadcast a success, many thanks. My producer Yvonne Kemuma for making Weekend Live a success. Also to my director Kimani James Baraka, many thanks. And also on the sound was JM Ashley. Many thanks for making this broadcast a success. And also on the graphics we had Eliud Githuku, and also on the news playout was Ismail Akunda. And our sign language interpreter for tonight is Mutava Muongeli, and my name is Theo Macharia. See you next week on a happy new month, which will be Madaraka Day. Good night, God bless, and take care.